The disciplined people execute no matter what because the outcome of what they're doing is more important than how they feel that morning. It's cold, it's hot, I didn't sleep well. The disciplined person takes action no matter what.
Welcome to the Bedros Keuilian Show.
I do believe that most personal development programs are mental masturbation, and I'm going to prove to you right here and now why most personal development programs are mental masturbation. And if you truly want to build happiness, you want to become rich, and you want to become successful, there's something very different that you must do. Guys, welcome to the Bedros Keuilian Show. My name is Bedros Keuilian, and this episode is really focused on personal development done right. The reason I say that most personal development is mental masturbation is because most personal development programs are geared around reading a book or studying a course. It is proven time and time again that reading, gathering information about the things you need to do are nowhere near as effective as actually doing the things, right? And so I do understand, it's not lost on me that personal development is a very big market, that there's a lot of people out there touting personal development. And listen, I'm one of those people. I'm a big believer. Personal development, self-mastery has changed my life. But that's because I've stopped the reading and started applying the things that I read about or learned about from courses, from coaches, from mentors into my life. And then I never stopped applying those things, right? And so I want to share that with you because if you truly want to be happy, you want to be rich, you want to be successful, and you could, success isn't just about money or owning assets and things. I love being rich. I love being financially free, but success is also great health, peace of mind, awesome relationships, being in line, congruent with your life's meaning, work, your life's purpose. All of those things are important to anyone, right? And so happiness and being rich and successful is not limited to a certain group of people. It is very available to you. However, if you're constantly just, taking this motivational hit of personal development from gurus and thought leaders and Instagram and social media influencers, you feel good for a moment and you get that dopamine hit, but then you're back into living a life of mediocrity and addictions and wasting time and doom scrolling, and yet another year goes by before you've without even achieving any of your goals. Like, that's sad, man. That breaks my heart because not only for you, but if you are a grown-ass man listening to this episode, watching this episode, then you know that you have a sense of responsibility to your kids. You have a sense of responsibility to the people who look up to you and who have put their well-being in your hands. And so what kind of a mentor and coach and example are you? Or are you maybe a cautionary tale of how not to be? Are you going to be the person where your kids are going to grow up, 20, 30 years from now and be like, yeah, my dad was a good dude, but he was lazy. He never got after his dreams. He never really practiced what he preached. And that's horrible, man. I heard somewhere recently that, we don't get to hear our eulogy when we die, but every day we're writing our eulogy. Think about that for a moment. We don't get to hear our eulogy, but every day we're writing our eulogy. And so if you're just out there reading and learning about personal development because the dopamine feels good, but you're not actively doing anything to lose the weight, to make the money, to get in shape, to have a better relationship, to control your thoughts, feelings, and emotions, what's it all for, right? And people ask, well, what is it that I need to do? And I'm going to tell you, and it's actually two easy things that you need to do to have a high level of self-mastery, personal development. But first of all, we need to identify what self-mastery is. So let's kind of dive into it. Self-mastery is healing from your traumas. Look, the reality is that we've all faced some level of trauma in our life. And if you haven't yet, it's coming. It's coming. And if you have, odds are you're probably going to face more trauma, more hardship, more adversities. Now, trauma and hardship might be, the economy crashes and you lose some money. Trauma is you were beaten by your parents, or maybe in my case, how I was molested by two older boys when I was a kid in Armenia And that left a lot of mental, emotional scars on me, right? And that created this shame, rage, and confusion that I carried all throughout my adult life, all the way to age 38, until I had that massive panic attack, which landed me in therapy. And I was able to talk through what was weighing down on me for decades that I never shared with anyone. The fact that I could be here on a microphone, on a show, and openly talk to you about what happened to me as a kid, that I was molested by 2 older boys. It wasn't my fault. I did nothing to deserve that. That I am a lovable, good human being that cares for others. But for many years after that happened to me, I felt broken. I felt shame. I felt confused. I felt like I could just be thrown away. I felt like, well, just that I'm unlovable, that I don't deserve love. And so if you don't heal through those traumas, it is like trying to go through life and start a relationship and raise a family and start a business and work on your mindset and health, but all while carrying a giant bag of bricks on your back. Everything is going to be infinitely more difficult. And at some point before you reach your goals, you're going to quit and give up because the weight of the bag of bricks are just overwhelming. So first of all, healing is a big part of self-mastery, personal development. Secondly, you got to stop self-sabotaging, right? Like if we really want to be personally developed, if we want a high level of self-mastery, then the self-mastered person no longer self-sabotages. They no longer have that upper limit where they don't feel deserving. They don't feel like, gosh, I'm not deserving. I'm not lovable. I don't deserve success and happiness. And therefore, when they reach a level of happiness, success, prosperity, they self-sabotage and go right back to where they were, right? Also, the self-mastered person has a high level. They've developed a high level of mental toughness. They've become more disciplined. They don't look for motivation anymore out there. They are disciplined people who execute no matter what because the outcome is more important than how they feel. Think about that for a moment. The disciplined people execute no matter what because the outcome of what they're doing is more important than how they feel that morning. It's cold, it's hot, I didn't sleep well, I had a nightmare, I don't feel like it, it's gonna hurt. Who gives a crap, right? The disciplined person takes action no matter what. The self-developed person takes action no matter what. The self-mastered and self-developed person is also someone who has developed impulse control. You're able to lock in and stay focused and not just impulsively social scroll, doom scroll, go down the rabbit hole in this like loop of like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, check the emails, check the texts, and go back again. This is why the average American spends 3 hours a day on social media. I can take 3 hours a day and start a whole new 8-figure company off 3 hours a day. So you could certainly create a whole new company, a business, add at least another 100,000 in annual income to your life with 3 hours a day, right? And you can't use the excuse of, I don't know how, because you can just go to YouTube or listen to any business development episodes on the Bedros Keuilian Show, and I walk you through how to figure out which businesses are successful. Like go back and listen to my episodes about success in entrepreneurship, on high income skills, on how to solve problems in exchange for money and leadership, because those are the skills and traits you need to be able to add more money to your life. And so finally, the self-developed and the self-mastered person is someone who stops the vices and addictions. At the end of the day, if you've got all these vices and addictions, screen addiction, right? And the screen could be social media, it could be television, binge watching TV, video games, sports, just screen sucking on sports all weekend long, wearing another man's name on your back as though you own the fucking team. Stop it. Stop it. But whatever the addiction shows up as, it could be alcohol, drugs, it could be pornography, it could be gambling, it could be vaping, smoking weed, whatever it is that you're addicted to that keeps you numb, that keeps you from wanting to chase down your goals and ambitions in life, those are vices and addictions. They have you captive in a prison without being behind bars. That is the worst thing. The only thing worse than being behind bars in prison is to be free, out and about, but imprisoned mentally, due to addictions and vices, right? And so if we are looking for self-mastery and personal development, then we know we have to heal our traumas. We need to stop self-sabotaging, develop mental toughness. We need to become disciplined. We need to develop impulse control, and we need to stop the vices and addictions. So then, my friend, how do we do that? Hey guys, quick interruption to the Bedros Keuilian Show. I took some time to go to the local juice stores here in town, and I bought all these different ginger, turmeric, and wellness shots. Now, they range anywhere from $3.69 all the way to $4.05. And to be honest with you, they all suck. Why? Because they do not have anywhere near the wonderful ingredients of the Keuilian Wellness Shot. First of all, to build your immune system and keep your immune system strong, Keuilian Wellness Shot is packed with vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc. And also to help you fight off inflammation, it is packed with turmeric, ginger, and black pepper. And to keep you hydrated, Keuilian Wellness Shots have sodium, potassium, and magnesium. This is the ultimate morning supplement. Just take one packet, pour it in 4 ounces of water, and shoot it, and you're good to go. Best of all, $1.69 per packet instead of twice the price of those other inferior ones. I want you to get 50% off your first 30-day supply. So go to Keuilian.com, use my name Bedros, and you can get 50% off plus free shipping, a 30-day money-back guarantee, and $1 gets donated to Shriners Children's Hospital. Best of all, if you like the Keuilian Wellness Shots, and I know you will, like thousands of other people who are part of the Keuilian tribe, every month we'll send you a new supply at 20% off, free shipping. So go to Keuilian.com, use my name Bedros, and get your 50% discount code before it goes away. Back to the show. Believe it or not, it's actually pretty simple. And, I often talk about how fitness is the gateway drug, right? I say fitness is the gateway drug to the higher self. And people are like, I don't get it. What do you mean fitness is the gateway drug to the higher self? Well, think about this. There's only 2 things you need to do to develop all those things we talked about in terms of personal development. You need to get fit, whatever fit looks like to you. Like if you're a fat, sloppy human being right now, you're a man that's got tits, and I could milk those titties because they're squishy and gelatinous. I could maybe use it as a speed bag, right? I shouldn't have to use your tits as a speed bag, fella. I shouldn't. Ed's laughing back there, but this is the truth, Ed. You know this to be true. Like we shouldn't use another man's tits as a speed bag, number one. Number two, you have to understand that if you're rocking that dad bod where you're shaped like a pear, right? You're shaped like a pear where your lower half has stretch marks because you got fat so quick, that you were so inactive, that you binge ate such processed and high carb, high fat foods, your skin couldn't grow fast enough, and therefore you got stretch marks around your waistline and belly button and love handles. I'm not here to shit on you, fella. I'm here to tell you I love you to fucking pieces. And as a man, I know you do not feel good having breasts. And by the way, all that fat also increases your body's estrogen. And so you have less energy and you're more feminized in terms of emotional output, right? It's not good for you. And so if we know that getting fit means, hey, what is the fittest version of myself? So I can be an example to my family and to my kids of how to be. That can be an asset. God forbid, I'm out with my family and somebody wants to do something bad to us, that I'm fit enough to be able to defend my family in some way, right? That, or at the very least, that I can have good cardiovascular endurance and decent strength and be within range of my desired body fat and weight and muscle composition, just so that I'm healthy, so that I don't have to be a liability on my family where I end up dying early or in the hospital with all these medical issues, diabetes, cholesterol issues, hypertension, and then your kids worrying and freaking out and stressing out that dad's gonna be gone, right? So, because if you can get fit, and I'm gonna show you how getting fit is truly the gateway drug. But I told you there's a second thing. The second thing is making money. Like start a business. Gone are the days where being an entrepreneur is difficult. When you really think about it, someone who's got a day job, but also drives for Uber, that Uber gig they're doing, they're self-employed, right? It's a job. They can start when they want. They can work as many hours when they want. And depending on how many rides they do per night or per day, they can make as much money as they please. And so if you can start a side gig, or if you've had this ambition in your life where like, I know I can be an entrepreneur, I have this product or service that I think could be revolutionary and can really help people out, that I have a better solution to this problem, or I have this idea that people would want, what's stopping you? Like, the barrier to entry to being a business owner, to being an entrepreneur is so low these days. You can start using social media to create content to drive eyeballs, interest, and traffic. You don't even have to create your product or service yet. You can just create content on that product or service just to test the market and see if there's people even interested, right? And the people that are like watching your content and subscribing and following you, they become your future customers. So you can build a future customer list for free. You can go to WordPress or ClickFunnels, and for next to nothing, for like whatever, $99 a month, you can build a landing page, a web page, a simple one-page website, and you can accept payments, sell your product. You can accept payments using Stripe or PayPal, right? Which is next to nothing. It's free for PayPal because they take a small percentage. Stripe is whatever, a few bucks a month. My point is, you could literally start making an additional $3,000 to $5,000 a month on the side, evenings and weekends. And all of a sudden, if that starts gaining traction, you can quit your day job, baby girl, and actually go full time into your entrepreneurial career and start multiplying your revenues and profits. Why am I encouraging you to become an entrepreneur, to make more money and to get fit? Well, because if we want to get developed, personal development, self-mastery, reading books on the 7 successful habits of this and the #1 way to overcome that, and reading books is just good information. How to overcome the fear of public speaking, right? How to deal with your traumas. Reading about things, watching these things. Like if you're just watching this, listening to this, and then you're not going to take action on it, you're just doing exactly what I talked about in the beginning of this episode, which is getting those dopamine hits, feeling motivated and inspired for a moment or two, and then you're going to move on to your mediocre average life and still stay addicted and fat and broke. I don't want that of you, man. That's what the opposition wants of you. The opposition wants you to be easily controlled, easily dominated, easily managed. So they want you to stay weak, broke, fat, unhealthy, and they do everything they can to keep you that way. I'm fucking rooting for you because I love you. I love you to pieces. I know there's a savage human being in you that can overcome their traumas and stop self-sabotaging and stop those vices and addictions and develop impulse control and build mental and emotional toughness where you don't emotionally react to things anymore. You just respond to things as a man. A man responds to things, right? Someone who's emotionally weak and frail reacts to things. They let their emotions get the best of them. And I share this with you because if you can get fit and you can start a business, there are 5 things required of you to get fit and start that business that also make you a force to be reckoned with, make you the most self-developed and self-mastered human on the planet. Those 5 things to get fit are discipline, focus, delayed gratification, consistency, and confidence. Think about it. As you start dialing in your diet, figuring out what your macros should be, your proteins, fats, and carb intake based on your desired body composition, and then you start meal prepping or buying food and eating food that meets your macros. By the way, we all know what chocolate cake tastes like, but do you know what abs taste like? Do you know what abs or fucking capped out shoulders taste like? Fucking tastes great. And so if you're like, well, I don't like eating healthy because I don't like how it tastes, you're not doing it for the taste, you're doing it for the results. Because the taste of abs, the taste of being lean, the taste of being a formidable force to be reckoned with is so much better than fucking chocolate cake or a fucking fried ding dong or ho-ho or a bag of fucking Cheetos that you're gonna eat, right? And so it takes a high level of discipline to dial in your diet, a high level of discipline to dial in your workouts. In fact, it takes discipline and focus to start seeing results. It takes delayed gratification because you can go into the gym, get the best workout of your life, and you're not going to be in the best shape overnight. In fact, you're just going to be sore, and you're going to look in the mirror, you're going to look the same. You're going to get on the scale, you're going to weigh the same. That one workout did nothing. It is the workouts and the nutrition compounded over time. And anytime we are able to get lean and fit and start making more money, we start pulling upon these 5 traits: discipline, focus, delaying gratification. In other words, putting off what is fun and easy now or tastes delicious now for the desired outcome later. Delayed gratification, consistency, and confidence. Confidence is a byproduct of getting fit and making money. I did an episode last year about get jacked and make more money. And some people took that as, this guy's so vain and he's so shallow. He's just all about get jacked and make money. No, you silly fucks. You have to understand that when you are getting jacked, and whatever your version of jacked looks like, I'm not saying get juiced up. I'm just saying eat clean, work out, get lean, be fit and healthy, because it not only takes away your depression and anxiety, it makes you more confident. You become a role model to the people who look up to you. You have more energy. You're more focused. You're fighting off things like Alzheimer's, diabetes, heart disease, all these things that are controllable and killing humanity at an alarming rate. And all those things, by the way, discipline, focus, delayed gratification, consistency, and confidence are a byproduct of making more money. Because it takes focus, it takes discipline to keep getting after it and making offers, running ads, getting on sales calls, creating that website, connecting it to a payment processor, figuring out how to write copy, figuring out how to shoot content. And when you do these things consistently, you become more disciplined. When you become more disciplined and focused, you start delaying the gratification. When you delay the gratification, you start getting the outcome. When you start getting the outcome, you start gaining confidence. When you're more confident, you become more competent. You see how the answer to personal development is actually get fit and make more money? It is not reading more books, watching more courses, listening to more podcasts and YouTube shows. It is actually applying those things to your life. This is why I say if you're just out there chasing dopamine, great, watch this, listen to this, subscribe, like, comment, unsubscribe, I don't give a fuck, and then move on. But if you truly care about making this new year better for yourself, better for your family, you want to become that 2.0 man, the man that is just unfuckwithable, my friend, you have to take action on this. It's a non-negotiable. You have to take action on these things. Get fit. Figure it out how to get fit. Figure it out how to work it into your hard, tight schedule. I know you're busy. So am I. So is everybody else. But we all have the same 24 hours. Oh, I've heard that before, B. Doesn't it take money to make money too? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Start a TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram and start putting out how-to content for whatever it is that you want to make, right? How to have beautiful eyebrows. How to fucking solve your fucking whatever problems, body fat problems, mental problems, how to carve wood. Do you know how many people would want to know how to carve wood and make a little fucking trinket out of it if you know how to carve wood? There's so many how-tos that you can do. You could start a business so fucking easily. The problem is that you're out there chasing the dopamine, looking for inspiration and motivation, and completely running past the things you need, which are discipline, focus, delayed gratification, consistency, and the confidence that comes from all that. And all of that is a byproduct of getting lean and fit and starting to make more money. So I want you to commit. Write down exactly what you want to weigh, how much body fat percentage you want to have, how strong you want to be in the next 90 days, just next 90 days, not by the end of the year, because that's a fucking trap. That is how you end up sabotaging yourself. Oh, I got a whole year to achieve this, so I don't have to. Nope, next 90 days. Next 90 days. What do you want to weigh? What body fat percentage and how strong do you want to be? Be specific, write it down. And then in the next 90 days, maybe you just want to make an additional $2,000 because you're gonna actually talk about or do the things that can make you more money. I know you've got this ambition of making more money in your heart. You know that you've got this idea of a business or a problem to solve in exchange for money. Like, forget about making your first 100,000. Let's just make $2,000 extra in the next 90 days. And then that will motivate you. That will inspire you to go the next 90 days and get even leaner. To go the next 90 days and maybe add 10 grand. And then go the next 90 days and get even leaner and more fit. And then now you're adding maybe 20 grand in the following 90 days. You see how that happens? That, my friend, is the highest level of personal development you can achieve. Guys, if you got any value out of this, I hope that you would take a screenshot, share it on social media. Please tag me and I will reshare it across my social media platforms. 74% of you watching this on the YouTubes are not subscribed to the Bedros Keuilian Show. Please do me a favor and subscribe if you got value from this. It costs you nothing and it helps the algorithms. And also remember this, that average is the enemy, that success is your responsibility, and change can take place in an instant if you are willing to flip the switch. I'll see you next time.